Cody in the morning. WSM. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Hey, welcome to our living room, Mr. Acuff's house. That's where we are, the studio home of WSM Radio and Circle Country Television. That's where you can watch us, or you can also link to your favorite streaming platform when you get there. Again, circlecountry.com. Kelly Sutton, Charlie Mallows, Billy Boy, that's Andy Nye. Our studio director, Jeff Roberts, is in master control. And the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk, we will welcome Karen Kingsbury, who has written so many books. You start looking at all her books, it breaks the internet.
It does.
It's unbelievable. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and now they're movies.
Yes, and with people we worked the Opry
People
with.
we know them.
We know movie stars. How about us?
I love that.
Huh? Yeah.
I love that for us and love that for her.
Jesse James Decker and Janet Kramer is a co-star. She's the female lead in The Christmas Ring, which we'll get to here. And that's among a lot of things we'll catch up on with Karen.
Yeah.
And you're working on what? We got Lainey Wilson music coming. We're going to the Grand Ole Opry for Beers and Sunshine with Darius Rucker. And Lainey, of course, hosting next week's CMA Awards.
She is the solo host. You know, I saw Luke Bryan last week. We were doing some interviews ahead of American Idol, and I said, well, if you had any advice for Lainey as a solo host, what would you say? And he goes, I don't know, she did so good last year, she got me fired, so... And I was like, oh, well, you're not wrong. So, yeah, we're gearing up for the CMA Awards. Are happening next week. Also, never too early to start talking about Christmas. And Trisha Yearwood is hoping that you will be playing her new Christmas album. Plus, she's going to be a part of Disney's Wide World of Christmas. You know, when they do those specials every year, it's just incredible. I've got details on that. And we've been talking about this morning. An AI-generated song is at the top of the country music digital charts. What does that mean? And we'll play it for you. Stay tuned.
And Luke, just so you know, it was Peyton that got you fired. Peyton Manning.
He got himself fired, too.
And then Lainey fired him.
Yeah. They were like, we'll keep the girl. You two gotta go.
From the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Under us, a Savior is born. That's the whole point of Christmas, isn't it?
Damn!
Welcome to Miller's Antiques. You looking for anything in particular?
My family ring. I lost it.
Ben Miller.
Vanessa Mayfield.
Vanessa, this is so romantic. Your lost ring leading you to this?
Ben's just he's a friend.
I was thinking tomorrow I could take you on a date.
It's cute. It's really cute. So is she. Jana Kramer, you heard Kelsey Grammer's voice in there as we welcome to the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk our friend, longtime friend, but it's been a while since we've seen you. Karen Kingsbury is here.
Yes, so good to be here. So fun.
Sharing the book and the movie, which came out just a few days ago.
Yeah, it's only been in theaters about a week now, so
and it's
super
only
exciting.
in theaters. It's kind of unique.
Only in theaters now, but Thanksgiving weekend coming to digital on demand, so you'll be able to get it there, rent it, and we just know people like to cozy up in their living room, but we wanted it to have that elevated experience, so we started in theaters, kind of a limited release that way, and then on to video on demand.
So is there a story about a lost ring in your family's history that spurred you to write this or gave you the idea anyway?
Actually, yes. My mom lost her ring that my dad gave her. My dad's been in heaven for many years, and so it was super important for her to find it. It was lost in the house. She had no idea where it went. She even had a plumber come and take apart all of the drains in the house to make sure it wasn't there. And then one day my sister was in the garage and she was cleaning out things for my mom and had been praying about finding this ring, and then felt like the Lord said, go look under the couch, which obviously they had already done. But went upstairs, and sure enough, there it was under the couch. It was like, okay, a miracle about a ring. I think that's a good start.
Oh, my goodness.
Kind of like a songwriter. Huh?
I love
You're a sponge, and all of a sudden, I got to write that.
I got to get that out. Well, and we were talking the last time that you were here, when we were in the other studio, you were talking about a movie, and I said, was it this one? And you said, no, this one came out of nowhere.
It really did. We talked about it being a streamer, just something that, we could write the script. It seemed like a lot of fun. Tyler, my writing partner, he would direct it, but it just didn't work out that way. It was like, we knew we wanted it to be elevated. You don't get Kelsey Grammer and, at the regular budgets for a streaming movie, you can't do that. So we thought, let's make it elevated, something people would want to watch year after year, get our start in the theaters, and then move into your living room.
So have you ever been in one of your movies?
I'm just not the actor type. I don't know how they do it. I love watching them bring it to life, but I'm not the cameo girl.
You need to do Hitchcock and just kind of be in the background of like every movie. He never actually spoke. He's just there,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I kind of think, if it's Karen Kingsbury Productions, and then I'm also making a cameo, it's like at some point people are going to go, that's enough. I've had enough.
Well, Kelly and I are only children, so we're all for that theory of life right there.
100%.
So you were, Michigan was your birthplace, but you moved to California when you were young.
Yeah, 10 years old, moved to California and grew up there, got my journalism degree. I actually wrote for the LA Times.
But as a sports writer.
As a sports writer, isn't that crazy? The only reason I knew anything about sports is because the cute boys were always in the track team. So I thought, well, I can jump. I can do something. I'm a track team. So I'm like, that's my limited sports knowledge. They hired me and I had to learn on the job. And I had to, at one point, one of the other sports writers sort of like pulled me out of the way of a play that they don't stop at the line there, at the sideline, they come right into the crowd. So I had to get my life saved by being grabbed out of the way. And then I was like, oh, I get it. You have to, it's real. Actually happening.
So you would have covered events maybe at the LA Coliseum or the Forum. This would have been Showtime
Dodger
with the
Stadium.
Lakers, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I was, not really any women were doing that back then.
Yeah.
I think it's why they hired me, and I'll take it. I was like, not my favorite way to get hired, because I don't probably took some guy's great job, but it was a great start, and they ended up using me for more of the emotional story.
Yeah.
So I wasn't doing necessarily the game story, but
a life story.
Yeah. When Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson were in a controversy that really didn't exist for the Raiders, I was the one that he would talk to. Marcus Allen would only talk to me because I was getting the behind the scenes. And if he said off the record, I was off the record. So, just... It was that got started.
Did you ever meet Susan Waldman from the Yankees? She's been on the Yankees radio for like 30 years, but she was one of the first in the New York market to kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, I haven't met her, but it was fun. And then they moved me over to the front page to do the Sunday feature, main news, and that was it was big time. But it was always like a murder story, something you couldn't change. And that's how my first 4 books were true crime, because it came out of that.
I was about to ask you, what was your first book? And it was a true crime. See, coming from a news background, it does something to you. When you are covering that, it makes you into a person that you're not necessarily supposed to be at your soul.
Right, exactly. Or you're wearing glasses and crying at every interview.
Right.
You have those 2 choices. Yeah. So after a few years of that, then I wrote my first inspirational fiction story, which was called Where Yesterday Lives. And after that, it was that's all I've been doing ever since.
How did that one feel different, writing it?
Oh, goodness. Hopeful. I'm going to write about the hard things. And our first movie with Karen Kingsbury Productions was Someone Like You, and there's an accident and a girl dies, so real life happens in my stories, but there's hope and there's redemption, that even if you're crying, at the end you're going to be okay. I think that's the difference.
So talk about your cast in the Christmas Ring for the movie.
What a cast. Jana Kramer, she was my dream cast. As soon as we moved away from the streaming world, it was like, okay, well, let's bring in someone who's not linked to one of those platforms, and let's go ahead and see who we can get. And she was top of the list because there's just a depth to Jana. And you can see it in her music, and you can see it when she acts. And she's playing the role of a Gold Star widow who is, sad and still missing deeply her husband, who died in action 4 years earlier, and she's looking for this ring that's been in the family since World War II. And so she's got this depth. Her only child's gone off to college this year. And then Benjamin Hollingsworth is just, he is a poet in real life. He truly is a poetic guy. So bringing him in as the poetic antique dealer was like the perfect choice. And what can we do with Kelsey Grammer? Kelsey Grammer
that voice,
perfect.
The minute that you hear that voice, you just you almost exhale. There's something so beautiful about his tone. I guess that's why he played a therapist. therapist forever, I'm pretty sure. Right? Because you're just kind of like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, it's so deep. I mean, he is just the most iconic father in this movie.
Right.
And I think what we're going to see and what we're already hearing is relationships being reconciled. Like, you're going to love, there's humor in the movie, a lot of love, but I think at the end of the day, watching these relationships, people coming in, not knowing what they're going to get, and then leaving going, I got to make that call.
And our singer friend Jessie James Decker, what's her role?
Okay, so she plays the most fun friend. So Jana and Jessie are friends in real life. Gotten to know them well, which is fun.
I did. They were both there. I love those
they're
two.
so much fun.
They're awesome.
They're so much fun. So I said, if you'd be willing to put on a pair of glasses, well, it was her idea. I mean, Jessie talked to Jana and said, "Can I play your friend?" And she's never been in a movie. So we actually got to do her theatrical debut.
That surprises me because she seems like she's a natural.
She is a complete natural. I mean, when you would never know watching, and she's so fun that as soon as she comes on the screen for her scenes, people already start laughing in the theater. It's like, oh, they just know she's going to say something or have a look, and it's perfect. And then the other one we introduced was Debbie Winans. So Cece Winans' sister, Debbie Winans, who has a song in the end credits, "Oh Holy Night." She's phenomenal and never has acted at all. But, I knew I needed warmth. This character is not the quirky one. It's the one that's like, you'd tell her anything. So Debbie Winans got to do that. It's great.
That's awesome.
Karen Kingsbury is here at the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk this morning with a new book. You see the book there on the desk, and then the movie, of course. It's in theaters right now. It'll be digital here before too long. And Dan and Shay with Officially Christmas. It kind of is when Karen Kingsbury's in the studio.
I like it.
As we approach Thanksgiving.
Let's kick it off.
From WSM Radio, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
With her new book and movie, The Christmas Ring, Karen Kingsbury from the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk. So in light of selling books, does a merch opportunity come along to buy a replica of The Christmas Ring?
We did do that. We said, you know what, we found a vendor and we said, let's just do like a combo, the autograph book and the ring. And we kind of put it together for $60. And it was so successful that our vendor was like, we can't keep up with you. What are we supposed to do with this? So
that was my first question is, where can I get one of these rings? I was like,
the good news is we're working with James Avery, and James Avery, the jeweler, and out of Texas, and they're looking to have a custom designed ring and a ring charm as well that'll be ready for next Christmas whenever it goes on a streaming service. So anyway, we're going to meet the need. It just may take a minute.
You said you were so lucky that Kelsey Grammer's schedule worked out the way it did because you had him for 3 of the 15 shoot days, you said?
Yeah, 3 of the 15 days, and we had him working like 12-hour days, like the whole thing. And, of course, I prayed, Lord, please, can we get Kelsey Grammer? It's almost over my head, right? We're a new production company, independent filmmaker. Yeah. But our casting director was able to reach him. He loved the script. And he said, I have one caveat. He said, my son's birthday is on this particular day. And then I need to fly to London so that I can be in the Marvel movie. He's playing the Beast. He's doing a reprise of that. So I'm like, our little film, then that left us 3 days. And that's exactly what we needed him for. So first of many miracles for sure.
Wow. Well, and it's so incredible to have this thought and then to actually see it on the screen. How gratifying is that? And how is it different than seeing it in print? Because those are 2 different places I think it would hit your heart.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm a novelist and reader at heart, but when God gives me a story, it's a movie in my head. Like, I see it first, and then when I'm writing it, I feel like a stenographer, like the first reader, just kind of capturing it. So this time, for the first time, Tyler and I wrote the script first.
Okay.
And it was just going to be this quick, let's do this. And as I was finishing up the script, I thought, I want to know more. Like, I still want the greater details. And so I pulled aside for like 8 days and wrote the book, and my agent was able to get a deal with Thomas Nelson so that it was out. It was an instant New York Times bestseller, which was just, all of it was wild.
How many times have you been at the top of the bestseller list? Like a dozen or so?
Yeah, I would say about a dozen. Yeah, a dozen or so. I mean, it's always in the top handful, but it's a blessing.
Over 50 books?
Yeah, over 50. I don't know, 60, I think, novels, and then other kids' books, things I did in my spare time.
When she said she did it in 8 days, I just was like, there are people that can't do that in 8 years, let alone 8 days,
Here's what
Karen.
came to mind when somebody says, hey, what have you been up to in the last week or so? I wrote a book.
Nothing much.
And you mentioned the shoot was 15 days, right?
15 days.
That is remarkably
short.
fast.
It
I mean,
is.
Coppola took 238 days to do Apocalypse Now. You could have made 16 in the time he made one. So, but seriously, the 15
No.
that's a pace, right?
Really, really fast.
Well,
yeah.
Robert Duvall was in sharing the idea. It did ridiculously short amount of time to shoot Lonesome Dove.
And what was that?
And but it was like 3 weeks or something.
Okay.
they had.
Yeah. See,
And,
that's what we did.
That
3
thing
weeks.
is epic.
Yes, that's epic. Well, this is going to be epic. I mean, the Christmas Ring, you're going to want to see every year. It's that I'm getting videos from people who are going to the theaters right now. It's still in theaters today. And they're going and they're bringing their kids even. And their kids are loving it and coming out. And, the daughters and mothers especially are really resonating with this because there's a lot of mother-daughter moments. And, the Gold Star widows as well. So the military.
Yeah.
And did you know we had 100 of our background actors are actual military?
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so we needed military. We didn't want to get, rent uniforms. We thought, so I just put it out to my readers. I said, if you're military active or retired and you can wear your uniform, we'd love to have you be a background actor. And 100 of them are in the movie, including James Daniels, who's a 101-year-old World War II vet from Memphis. And he is in the movie. And he actually spoke. Background aren't really supposed to speak, but how are you going to tell him? So he's
now a principal.
Right. So Janet Kramer comes up to him and says, "Thank you for your service." And he says, "Yes, you're welcome." Just like that, he became main cast.
I like that. He knew.
I thought maybe you rented a tour bus and drove down Wilma Rudolph Boulevard in Clarksville and just waited for Fort Campbell folks.
Yeah, come on. Hop on.
Here we go.
So where did you shoot? Local?
All Franklin. Everything is Franklin, Tennessee. We were, we could walk to our different locations, which helped. When we were moving different locations, we didn't have to go far and had the help of everyone in Franklin and the state of Tennessee as well, which we couldn't have done it without them.
That's amazing.
Well, Franklin Christmas is just
It's
quintessential
beautiful.
Southern Christmas, is it not?
It is so incredible. And we were able to purchase, because obviously we're filming this. It's 100, and we filmed it in, July 23rd, August.
Of course.
But we were able to purchase some Franklin actual footage, of Christmas. And that's what you need. And it just, there isn't a more beautiful place in the country for Christmas.
We certainly wanted to say thank you to everybody who works in the industry here. And we were talking about this off air. When Nashville was shooting here, so many of our friends and family that are in lighting or hair and makeup or grips, they were all working from home. And then when that went away, all of a sudden they had to travel for, finding a job or working on a movie set. They were going to Louisiana or they were going to Atlanta. So bringing a lot of that back here, there are so many folks that are like, yes, we're getting more of that industry here in our town. We can stay home and work.
And they love it. I'll tell you,
Yeah.
this was our second. So we did one the end of 22 that was in theaters in April of 24. And that was Someone Like You. Used a lot of the same crew then for this one.
Yeah.
And they love it. They're just, and we try to make our set feel almost like, it's like home, like a family. We're there. We can pray for you. If you need anything, we'll get it for you. You want fresh juice, we'll get that for you. We just don't want to have a limit. It's not like, granola bars and water bottles. It's better than that because we want them to feel loved. And so it's important that they enjoy that.
I like fresh juice. Does your husband have some fresh juice for us this morning? He is a fan of the show, apparently.
Actually, what's so funny, my husband was one of the ones doing crafty.
Oh, that's great.
He actually was the one getting the juice.
that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Big family. It's a big family affair.
I
doing a
love
movie.
that sentiment because we sit here in Mr. Acuff's home, his real life home, in the last years of his life. It's on the Grand Ole Opry Plaza. And I refer to it as the country music living room because this was the living room. And it just has that sort of feel when we walk in here every morning. Karen Kingsbury, thank you so much for getting up. Congratulations on the success already of the book and the movie, The Christmas Ring.
Thank
It's in
you.
theaters everywhere right now. And tell us about Landmark, the Landmark bookstore, your affiliation.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, Landmark Booksellers is incredible. During the pandemic, I made a call over to Joel and Carol Tomlin, who run it, and I said, "How are you doing?" Because I had a new book coming out. They said, "We're not going to make it." And so I said, "Can you come up with an online presence? Look, we do that real quick." They did. Put it out to the readers. And I said, "Hey, my book was Someone Like You." The movie ended up being that. I said, "Someone Like You can save this bookstore. So get your book online, full price. Don't get it at Amazon. Get it from Landmark." And 7,000 were sold almost overnight.
All right.
They're great, and they're always going to be a friend. And we filmed there for the Christmas Ring.
It is the quintessential bookstore.
Yes.
You walk in there and you're like, this is everything you hope a bookstore would be.
Oh,
Yes.
and if a local bookstore sells, 100? or 200 is a massive amount. So 7,000?
Yes,
Wow.
it was huge.
She's an influencer,
That's
Charlie.
right, that's
She's
right.
an influencer.
Hey, come see us next week when you finish your next book.
I'll put it on the calendar.
And I'm sure you know this fella, your paths have crossed. Matthew West, Old Pepper and Out of My Mind, from the stage that made country music famous, and Wanda Vick on the banjo. That's what we need more
Got to
of.
hang out with Wanda and her daughter when we were in London.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, her daughter is a riot.
Is
we
she
had so much
musical?
fun. She sings, but I don't know what she plays. Right. But yeah, she and Reese became best buddies. So
It's just like...
it's great.
But I don't know what she plays, but her mom plays everything.
Her mom plays everything. That's exactly right.
Wanda's that good. Good morning, Kelly Sutton.
Hello. Okay, we were talking about this earlier. Hopefully you heard a little of our conversation if you were listening in on WSM. But if you're joining us on all of our streaming partners, we have video to show you. Now, don't want to get it confused. Chris Stapleton's White Horse actually came out in 2023. It won a bunch of awards in 2024, went to #1 in the summer of 2024. But now we have a new video. Said that they heard the song and they were listening to it over and over and over again, and all of these fictional characters started popping up in their minds.
Your Greek is perfect.
Thank you very much. If it was Spanish, I'd do better.
Or Stephanopoulos, just because we know him.
Right.
Better.
And the first name? George.
Yeah.
George. What was the character that was on Sesame Street? Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
That one I know. This one not so much. Anyway,
Hello, bird.
Hey.
so he came up with the idea and then shot this like mini movie to go along with it. So will it be developed into a real movie? Who knows?
You said Snuffleupagus. You know what popped into my head? Just random, if you're of a certain age. But do either one of you remember H.R. Puffin stuff?
Was that a clown?
No,
It
it was
was a
big.
series. It was a cartoon series,
Yeah, it was a
wasn't it?
big thing with a kid who played the whistle, like a flute or something, the
Okay.
magic flute.
H.R. Puffin stuff, and had this really catchy little jingle.
I know
in
the
there.
name, but I don't
wanna look
remember
that
that
up.
one. Okay. Well, in that same vein, let's talk about Disney, because Trisha Yearwood is going to be a part of ABC's Wonderful World of Disney, the Holiday Spectacular. This is so cool. She's going to be there performing favorite things from The Sound of Music. It's on the annual special. It's actually going to be airing on December 3rd, I think, is the very first one. So you can get ready for that. Oh, December 1st, my bad. December 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. And then it streams the next day on Hulu and Disney Plus, so you can watch it there. But Trisha has a new Christmas album, and she wants everybody to know about it. It's called Christmas Time. Came out on November the 7th. She said, I was thinking about, I really wanted to do a Christmas album. So she set out to do that first. And then she started writing The Mirror. And she said, I had all of these other songs that I wanted to do. So she put The Mirror out first. But the idea came from wanting to do a Christmas album. So we had The Mirror in July, and now we have Christmas Time. It's beautiful. She's got a ton of your favorites on there, but then she also has an original Merry Christmas Valentine that she does with Garth. They wrote it together. It is a duet. And she kicks off her symphony tour December 2nd.
And did you say
Nashville.
that they have some holiday color in the vinyl, Charlie, that you were looking up
Green?
earlier?
Green vinyl for
Green
Trisha?
vinyl. There's a red vinyl and a silver vinyl.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, one of them. I think one is a Home Shopping Network exclusive. So.
I see. I love when they do those. I'm really into the Home Shopping and the Talk Shop Live.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I really love
My problem
doing
is I'm a
this.
sucker for marketing, so then I have to buy them all.
You want them all.
So
That's right.
yes.
But
Well,
again,
Garth thanks you.
he does.
Oh,
Yeah. If you'd like
Yes.
to buy his stuff again, how many times over?
I think I can't tell you. I'm going to have to go home and research how many times I maybe have friends in low places.
I do
with
have
no
a box
exaggeration,
set.
I think 10.
I do have the
Yeah.
box set down in my basement that I haven't even opened.
I have 3 box sets of vinyl.
Wow.
All slightly different.
Okay,
Yeah.
you win. As I mentioned, she's going to be at the Nashville Symphony December 2nd.
Yeah.
So if
two shows, I think.
is she doing
Yeah.
2? You can go to see her at Schermerhorn Symphony Center. You know that's going to be absolutely magical. So take a listen for Trisha Yearwood Christmas Time album. One more thing I want to tell you about. Parker McCollum has covered your fave, Bruce Springsteen. He said, I covered Bruce Springsteen's version It was in Austin, Texas, and he said it was one of the first times I'd ever played with a full band. So this was way back when, and it was Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Oh. He said that was the first time I'd ever done anything on live TV. So now he decided he wanted to put it out. If you want to listen to Parker McCollum doing Santa Claus is Coming to Town, it is available on Apple Music. He's also going to perform it December 2nd on the annual CMA A Country Christmas Special. That will also be on ABC.
And our inboxes are just
overflowing,
filling up with Christmas music, albums, singles, you name it. HR Puffin stuff. The Croft Puppet people created that in 1969, and it ran until 1974. This is Coffee, Country, and Cody. We'll be back from Rap Television here in a little bit. Continue on the radio. Stay with us.
From the Assembly Food Hall acoustic desk, this is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
Look who showed up. JD Shelburne. Yeah. The dog drug it up and the cat wouldn't play with it. Look out, man. It is good to see you. Last time you were here, we've done a studio renovation since you were here last because you required it in your rider.
But you read my rider, thank you.
You were on the way to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry for the very first time. So as Kelly and Charlie and I were sitting here off the air, you got to catch us up, man. What was that like?
It was a whirlwind. First of all, thank y'all for having me back. Love coming here. The Opry debut is something I've been working on for 17 years. And
the story of how it all came down and what was going on at the house that day, and you burned all the food because you got caught up in the excitement. That's right. I mean, that whole scene was just so perfect.
Yeah, the burgers were darker than the charcoals when we got done. Yeah, that day, so I made my debut on July 5th, and just a couple weeks before that, Gina sent me an email, and I was actually home. Actually, our first summer tour date started the next day, so I was home getting merchandise and stuff, and boxes in the trailer and everything loaded up. And the email, actually, my phone was connected to my Bluetooth in my garage. I was jamming some music as I'm loading my trailer, and the email comes through and stops the music. I'm thinking, well, darn it. And so I go up, it's an email from Gina, and I about fell out of my seat.
That's Gina Keltner
from the Opry, yeah. So forever grateful for her. It was life-changing. It was amazing.
And then you came by the Opry, and you were standing side stage.
Yeah.
And he told me, because I'm making my Opry debut, and I screamed like somebody had just, given me $1 million. And Gina was standing there, and she goes, "I take it you two know each other." And I was like, if ever I wanted something for someone.
But you put some burgers on the grill in the meantime, right?
Oh yeah, those. Yeah, I should have saved those burgers. Those are now. Good talking point. Set them on the shelf.
Yeah.
And your wife was in the house?
My wife was actually cooking lunch. It was Friday at lunch, and I actually had a Friday night off, actually, which was very rare in our household. I'm usually on the road, and my son, who's 5, he was out playing with his toys or whatever, and this email come through, and Amy and I were just, I had tears strolling in my face, and I think my son was confused because we were both crying. He thought something had happened. I don't know what goes through the mind of a 5-year-old when mom and daddy are bawling.
Yeah.
And so it was I called my parents. Mom and dad was out raking hay, and mom was sitting at the pool back home in Kentucky. And I called mom, couldn't get a hold of dad, called mom, and mom had to run out in the hayfield, stop the tractor. But dad had no idea what was going on. And so I told them on FaceTime, and man, what a moment for my parents to still be alive and, to do this Opry thing. We thought, like, am I ever going to get this debut? And
well, I was asking you off the air.
They were both here.
I said, your daddy didn't come with you this morning. One of my friends, the longest time in Nashville, Rob Simbeck, came with you.
He's playing dad today.
Love it.
I said, "What's your daddy doing? Stripping tobacco?" Because it's that time of year.
The cattle seem to miss him when he's gone to come visit us in Nashville. No one else really. Everybody's like, "Can your parents ever come to Nashville and visit?" I'm like, "Well, Dad's got cattle to take care of. That people don't understand. You can't just hire your friends and neighbors to take care of the cattle when you leave. It just doesn't work that way."
Not like watching a dog.
I know. Yeah, they'll starve.
And even worse for your dairy farmer.
Exactly.
Like, who's going to do the milking?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, new album. Tell us all about it.
It's called Raised on the Good Stuff. Been working on it last year, and really excited about it. Actually, Rob Simbeck with me today. We wrote the title track on it. Met Rob years ago doing some vocal work for him, and we've got 11 songs I've written for the 11. Mark Nesser, who's my former neighbor, has had lots of great songwriting success here in this town.
Love that cat.
Him and I just jive. He's got great songs.
He should have been a star. He had a run as an artist.
He did.
I love to hear him sing.
Yeah, he's just he comes up with guitar chords on his acoustic. I'm like, I don't even know where that even come from. I love the way it sounds. What chord are you playing? He doesn't even know. It's just playing stuff with his fingers.
Daryl Worley,
he's very smart.
He calls that the secret chord.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't really know how you
it's
found
all these minor chords. It's
but
like, gosh,
once you find it, it's like, Oh, I need to do that again.
Yeah. So Mark and I became friends years ago. He's just been kind of in my corner since day one. Coming to town, most advice I got was just you got to start writing and recording better songs. And when you finally get in the room with some number one hit writers, you feel like you're kind of lucky. You can get, connect the dots a little bit better. But Mark's really helped me put out my last couple records. I had a top 10 record on iTunes on the last one. So tonight at midnight, my new record comes out, Raised on the Good Stuff. We're heading back to Kentucky to Churchill Downs and doing a listening party tomorrow night. So It's sold out. I'm really pumped about my new band with new music and playing all new songs. So
is there like a venue inside that you play at
So we're playing the Kentucky Derby Museum.
Wow.
Over the last 4 albums I've done, hometown shows, my hometown, and I've honestly it's kind of outgrown it. It's been amazing turnouts. And so we wanted, of course, it's November now. It's a little cold outside. So I have an exhibit at the museum of just of a red carpet outfit I wore. So it was just kind of a win-win for us to trying to find a venue in Louisville. I can go back home close to my parents' house, my family, and so we just selected the Derby Museum. So we're playing in there's this, they call it the Great Hall. It's like a 360 video screen around the whole room that show the Derby Days videos. We're renting that out and turning it into a concert venue.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
So Texas Roadhouse is our presenting sponsor, and really grateful to have a sold-out show tomorrow night.
Have you had a chance to play that week in Louisville leading up to the Derby where there's so many different events going on?
Yes, we've been to I do an event every year before the Derby. It's called Unbridled Eve Gala, and they've had Alabama. Luke Bryan's headlined it, and Winona's headlined it. So I've done it every year, and they kind of host my wife and I for the Derby. So it's always a lot of fun. And I don't know anything about horse racing. I think my wife won $600 one time, but I've lost every single year on betting for horses. So I don't know. Don't ask for any advice. She got lucky and won like $600.
They're happy to see you. Happy to see you coming. Right?
Oh, they love when I come.
Yes.
As you can imagine, in Louisville, I had during my years there. I had a friend who was a former police chief who had a bartender in this restaurant that he owned who was taking book on all those races in Churchill Downs. And you'd go in there to pay him off when you'd lose and lose and lose. And he would look across the bar and go, "It is a pleasure, sir, to take your money."
Horse racing can do it.
Unbelievable.
Not to bring up any bad things, but the folks in Louisville are happier than the folks in Lexington with the result of the basketball game from earlier this week.
You didn't.
So,
you didn't.
The text messages haven't stopped to myself all week. Yeah, I'm a huge Kentucky basketball fan. Our arch rival Louisville Cardinals snuck in and won their first game since 2020, and as you can imagine, we're pretty upset with Coach and the players. But
is that back and forth between Rupp and Yum now, where it used to be like Freedom Hall?
It used to be Freedom Hall, and now it's Rupp and Yum Center. However, Kentucky's on the rivalry I think we've won 10 out of the last 12, well, now 10 out of the last 13. Mm-hmm. So we like to say, every leap year they win. We let them.
There you go.
Every 4, we'll let them win one. But
because you remember Joe Hall when he was there, they wouldn't play each other.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Kentucky and Louisville didn't play for the longest, and then they got put in the NCAA tournament together, and they had to.
The dream game, they called it.
And then everybody's like, "Well, you got to keep this up."
Well, this is the first year they've had it so early in the season. It's usually been like a December Saturday game where we've had 6 or 7 games under our belt. Because Kentucky, to their advantage, Kentucky's not healthy. Our center hasn't played all year. Our the SEC Player of the Year, Otega Owe, who's had turf toe, whatever in the world that is. So he's not 100%, and our guard just come back. So I feel like we'd have got to give him a little bit better game had we played this in December. But maybe that was Louisville's trick. I don't know, playing this early. But
okay, Coach.
Go Cats.
Listening to him, I'm like, he's over here. He's got his playbook. He's got his. He's like, if they would just call me.
Speaking of Coach, though, you've met Coach. You've met several. Calipari was great to you too, wasn't he?
Calipari and Pope both invited me to practice the last couple of years, and so. But I will say, it seems like every game that we go to, Kentucky seems to lose.
Don't say that out loud.
I don't know. I want to stop going to games, I guess.
Don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
So this dual coach speak regarding this new album, which we mentioned comes out tonight, Raised on the Good Stuff. Give us a backstory on Back Road Kind of Love.
When I was looking for songs, I'm not the artist that likes to write every song on the record. I love to listen to other people's songs. There's so many great songs in this city that I've heard through the years, and I wanted something that would kind of a song that's upbeat that would bring us on stage. It's something that can create an intro to that brings the band up. And Back Road was actually one of the last songs I recorded. And it's just feel like you guys are going to play it. I know it, but it's just one of those feel good songs that we've all lived, growing up in a small town in Kentucky. And I've always loved the vibe of this song. And so Mark actually sent me this song, and he sent me a demo of about 50 songs, and I swear the first 6 were hits. I'm like, is there any bad songs on this demo? And this was one of them. I love this song, and we actually just shot a music video for it, waiting for the final draft. So that was fun. I actually talked my wife into being in the music video.
Oh, nice!
So that was kind of fun.
JD Shelburne. All right, Taylorsville, Kentucky. He's making you proud.
This is Coffee, Country, and Cody.
As we continue this morning with University of Kentucky basketball coach and lady JD Shelburne.
I love it.
This brand new album was out, and then he got the head coaching job in Kentucky. He never sang another note. So.
Oh, no, he sings. He actually gets to sing the Star Spangled Banner before each one of the openers.
That works too.
You remember, speaking of traditions at Kentucky basketball, when Happy Chandler would sing My Old Kentucky Home.
Oh, yes.
And there would not be a dry eye in that house.
Still on YouTube. You can still find those videos.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, great memory just came back. But Raised on the Good Stuff is available. How long has this been in the making, the full album?
Since around last November, I've been kind of been in the studio most of the year, cutting songs and testing. One thing I like to do is test them out live. I play a lot of shows. I play about 150 shows a year, so I try to test songs out before I go to studio, spend money on them and cut them. But there's been a few I've tested I didn't like as much as I thought. So we've worked hard. It's ready to go. This is my first ever vinyl. I have a record on vinyl for the first time ever. So I'm taking those up tomorrow to the show. So
very
kinda
exciting.
Neat to see it's my songs on a record.
No cassette, no 8-track?
I would love to have a cassette just to switch the tape to the side A one time to see my songs flip. But the record was kind of cool to flip the record over. So, taking me back in time.
Did you get to watch it being pressed?
No, they press it in Memphis.
Okay.
And I had to order this thing back in July. Literally, after my Opry debut, it took that long to get them back in time for my listening party tomorrow night. So it's so funny. If I'm from Memphis to Nashville, shipping would have cost $183. If I mailed them from shipping from Memphis to my hometown of Taylorsville, my parents' house, $0. So mom and dad brought them down to me. So
how did that work?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Oh, that is weird.
So I'm sure. Well, now you get to sign vinyl, which is even because you can write a lot bigger. But I'm sure you have signed CDs, you have signed photos, you have signed T-shirts. But I've never signed a bottle. So what is it like to sign a whiskey bottle with your face on it, man? That was cool.
I have my own bourbon in Kentucky in 50 stores right now. It's been an amazing business venture among the fans. And one thing I learned, Sharpies don't stick to bourbon bottles. You have to have a certain kind of paint pen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I made that mistake in my first signing. People would come back the next day, and when you take your bottle home, you put your hands on the signature and take
it comes right off.
It comes right off. Mm-hmm. So I was having to re-sign with a paint pen. I had a guy put me in my place at a liquor store signing back, and he's like, he travels all over just to do signings. He said, "You need this pen. This is what you need." I'm like,
thank you.
I took a picture of it and got on Amazon the next day, and I've had them in my backpack ever since.
And I think our first introduction to you, speaking of things that you have done in the past that brought you to WSM and Coffee, Country, and Cody, was you were the cover boy of the tourism magazine.
Sure was.
I think the first time we had you
2020,
in the studio.
yeah. When tourism came to a screeching halt, they put me on the cover.
Well, we didn't want to blame you, but okay.
They were drumming up support.
It was fun. So they let me know. Governor Bashir actually made that happen, and he's always been a fan of my music. And they called my publicist at the time and made that offer. I don't even know what the tourism guide even was, to be honest. I'm like, "You're going to be on the cover of it." I'm like, "Well, okay, what's that mean?" You're going to 450,000 copies on the cover in the back.
Wow.
And so I got to celebrate from January to about March 15th, and that's when COVID hit. And so I lost a lot of gigs that year, but ended up over the course of the next 4 or 5 years, I kind of got those gigs back. But
did you play the governor's mansion?
I did, yeah. I got to play in the Capitol. I got to play the state song in the Capitol Rotunda. It was
wow.
It's really neat.
You need to ask for a redo. You need to tell them that you want to be on there and that they should do an entire piece on how your life has changed over the past 6 years.
How much you want me to pay you to have you call the state tourism office and
I'll
vouch
call
for
them
me?
right now.
I got you.
I was born in Louisville. That still says it on my
Honey,
birth
if you're listening,
certificate.
bring the checkbook.
There it is.
And speaking of that,
we'll figure it out.
He's going to be my old alma mater, WHAS in Louisville.
Yeah.
You're going to be there with Terry Miners later today.
Yep, calling in today.
And what's crazy is Terry took my place when I left.
I know.
And he's still there.
I grew up watching Terry Miners.
How many years between you and Terry have you been in radio combined, you think?
Well, I've been in 54 now. 32 of them, almost 32 here.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
He's probably.
I left in 85.
Yeah.
So how long? I mean, that's 40 years.
40 years.
Yeah.
What year were you born?
82.
I was wondering.
Good
You
night.
said 85. I was like, I think that might be when JD was born. I wasn't sure.
Well, Raised on the Good Stuff is available beginning today wherever you get your music. And then please introduce your accompanist over here on the other guitar.
This is Mr. Rhett Gordon from Beaumont, Texas.
Hello, Rhett. Good to see you again, man.
Good to be back, man. Thank you, guys.
He was here on WSM with me on the Opry debut. He actually did the debut with me on the Opry, so he's been playing guitar for me since mid-year, and we're having a great time. And so he even wore his WSM hat.
Yes, he did.
I saw that.
That's
yeah.
right.
So.
We didn't even give you a discount for that. Sorry. Next time.
I actually picked this up. My mom was in town, and we did the Opry backstage tour, and I picked it up that day. It was cool.
Oh, that's
Hey, get me one.
Somebody's got to pay retail.
That's right.
And it might as well be you.
That's right.
What you going to play and sing?
We're going to play the title track to the record.
Oh, great.
Just so happened, my friend Rob Stenbeck and I wrote this song back in 2020, I believe, and I was on the way to Gatlinburg to play Old Red down there last year, and put my flash drive in my truck, listen to a bunch of old songs, and just cruise on down 40 to Pigeon Forge. Come across this song I'd written with Rob, and I'm like, man, it just stuck with me the whole trip back. Took it to the studio, and we cut it, and it turned out to be one of my favorite songs I've recorded. So just talks about 90s country, growing up in Kentucky, and kind of growing up on Alan Jackson and Garth and Billy Ray Cyrus, all these folks, and kind of tied it into one song with song titles. So appreciate you guys. Debuting on WSM. 1, 2, 3.
That is JD Shelburne, Raised on the Good Stuff. The album available wherever you get your music. Congratulations. Just so proud of you.
Thank you. So honored to be here, man. You don't know what it means. Thank you so much.
But I wish Hank Jr. were here for that Man of Steel line that's in there. He'd pull those sunglasses down and say, brother, I felt that. And you did too.
Love that. Love it.
All the best again. My love to Terry when you get to Louisville, to Terry Minor at WHAS, my old alma mater. Kelly Sutton, Charlie Mattos, JD Shelburne on Coffee, Country, and Cody from Mr. Acup's house. Coffee, Country, and Cody, WSM Radio all over the world, and Circle Country Television and Black Hawk Memories with us. Just about right. Kelly Sutton, just about time to go, so why don't you take us home?
Okay, so this is the discussion, and I want everybody to chime in on what they think about it. So have some thoughts ready, including you, Jeff. I know that you have some thoughts. Sometimes you get to share them, sometimes you don't. AI-generated songs. How are we feeling about this? The reason I bring it up, there is an AI-generated song that is #1 on the country digital chart. It's from an AI artist called Breaking Rust. The song is Walk My Walk.
I like that voice a lot.
I know. I wanted to hate this. I was going to be like, this is terrible. That sounds so fake. It sounds really good. I don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how are we feeling about this? It's a weird door that's now wide open.
Well, we opened the door with Randy Travis a year ago, right? That was certainly the opening to country. Now this is a different thing entirely, because it is entirely. But I think once the door is kind of opened, it's hard to close it at all.
I think you might be right.
Because I referenced it earlier this morning when you did the story, like in wildlife and plant life, we introduce what then become, with good intention, things that become invasive species.
Yeah.
I think that's what we've done with AI in the music.
Well, and I'd be a hypocrite. ChatGPT and I write my sportscast every morning as I'm doing my cardio. I kind of feed the stories and tailor it and stuff. So I mean, everybody uses it. So I mean, not every, but I mean, it's becoming so commonplace that you don't even think about it.
Right.
I mean, it writes scripts for people. It does tons of stuff.
And it does it so quickly.
Right. So, I mean, I can't fault it.
Here's what Jeff says from upstairs. I think AI can never generate some truly original things since it needs the knowledge base to draw from it. And that's we were talking about that earlier. Like, whose voices did they sample to make this voice? Because I hear Teddy Swims. I hear a little Cassius, Culpepper. I was hearing some Willie Jones in there. I mean, maybe some Stapleton. It's just...
No Hank Williams Jr.?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Discuss amongst yourselves.
All right, thank you to JD Shelburne. Congratulations, buddy. Full album, Raised on the Good Stuff, is out tomorrow, midnight tonight. And Karen Kingsbury was by to see us a little earlier with a book and a movie, The Christmas Ring. Kelly Sutton, Charlie Mattos, Billy Boy, Cody. Let's do it all again tomorrow, Friday.